Hey everybody, welcome back to Magic Orthodoxy. My name is David, and this is a Magic Review. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. Thank you for spending this 8, 10, 12 minutes with me to talk about magic, because we both like magic, right? We both like magic tricks. Every single day here on the channel, I either review a magic trick or a deck of playing cards, or I do a giveaway. That's right. I do giveaways here on the channel every single month, and I do giveaways every single month over on my second channel, Magic Channel Card Tricks. So make sure you head on over there too. Make sure you're following, liking, and subscribing over there, because I give away magic over there also. I don't want you to miss out on all the freebies. Today, reviewing something that's a little older. This is another great trick from the 1914. This is Cafe Hero from Iain Bailey. Now you might remember, I just reviewed a trick for Iain Bailey. Did keyring, right? We did keyring from him. This is a little deck of reward cards from a coffee shop. And I think I've done at least 2 other reviews with a similar premise. I think I did a review for a stack of business cards where every single business card was different. And then I think there was another trick with coffee reward cards that I did. So this is certainly something that we're starting to see a little bit more of, you know, the whole idea of, instead of using a deck of cards, right, that has a principle, using reward cards or using business cards. This is a Svengali deck. It is a Svengali deck. So like I said, is it what I thought? It's totally what I thought. Is a Svengali deck, and a little outside the norm for 1914. 1914 is usually like straight mentalism, like, and more kind of that whole D. Christopher vibe. Cafe Hero is kind of light and fun and charming. It has a kind of a different feel to it. It does end with a mentalism style effect, but really it does kind of also feel more like just a magic trick, like a trick you would do with the Svengali deck. So the way the trick goes is it has 3 different phases to it. The opening phase is kind of part of the second phase, but Iain teaches them all together. You're going to pay $13 right now. That was another shocking thing. This is another reason why I'm bringing it to your attention, because there are some other distributors right now that are selling 1914 products. If you go to those websites, you're going to pay $25. But if you go to the 1914, it's only 13 bucks right now. So that's a good opportunity to head over to the 1914, buy this for $13, which is lower than a download, and you get a physical product, right? Maybe there's some other 1914 products you haven't picked up yet. This is probably a good idea. Go buy this and then add something else to cart. And then you get a couple tricks in the mail, which is always fun. You're going to get their classic little black box with gold lettering. Inside that, you're going to get the download code. Download code will give you access to, I think, 8 files. Eight files. And then you're going to get the cards. And the only thing you need to do is just kind of, right, put them in order. You understand. And yeah, it's probably gonna go exactly like you thought. As far as it being well made, it's beautifully well made, because I mean, they're business cards, right? They're business cards. They look like business cards. It's an ingenious plot. So the 3 phases are, you come out with a stack of their business cards, right? Their reward cards, and you could just say you grabbed a stack when they weren't looking, and they're all blank though. They're all blank, and so you have your worn one that you keep in your pocket, and you've managed to visit 9 times, and you have a stamp for all your visits. But now you're going to turn this in. They're going to take it from you, keep it, and then they're going to give you your free coffee, and then you have to start all over again, visiting and getting up to 9 stamps. So you show them how you could take your card with 9 stamps on it and give them a blank instead, thus retaining the one with 9. And if you did that every time, then you'd always get free coffee. But then you realize, well, I have a whole stack of blanks here. Could I just turn this whole deck into an entire deck where every single card is stamped? And so your second phase is showing a deck without marks to a full deck with marks. And then the third phase is really, I think, ingenious. You turn the stack over and show the faces. And notice that at the bottom, down at the bottom, there's a drink of the month. You know, there's lots of different types of coffee drink. I wouldn't know. I go to coffee shops and I get coffee. I'm the weird one. I don't ever order anything fancy. Like even in a Starbucks, I order a grande coffee with room for cream. That is it. That is my drink. Never iced, hot coffee. I like hot coffee. That's it. Okay. So it has all the different types of drinks. And you show them, there's all these different types of drinks. You stick it in their hand, let them peek one. We're on the same page. They peek one and then put it down, and then you divine that card or you divine that drink, right? So I really like that aspect of it. So let's say you watch the videos. It's Iain. He's in the 1914 like tabled living room with the objects behind him, right? That we see a lot of the 1914 video shot in. He gives you a full performance for the camera. There's no audience member. He talks about setup, talks about how the Svengali principle works. He goes through the first phase. He goes through the second phase. Then there's a recap, and then there's some final thoughts. Pocket space that all fits in your pocket with a rubber band, and you're good to go. Take it with you anywhere. It's an easy 3-phase routine that is a great little trick that takes up barely any space. Angles and inspectability, you understand, because this Svengali deck, right, you get it. You don't hand it out, right? And this, there's barely any angles to it. And there's barely any slides or difficulty to it too, right? Svengali deck is a age-old principle that we teach beginners. So, in fact, I mentioned the Magic Title card tricks earlier. I have many tricks over there using a Svengali deck. So I teach, okay? I teach. I may not perform tricks here on the channel. I get it. I don't perform tricks on the channel, but I do teach tricks over on my other channel. And I have a lot of fun Svengali tricks that you can learn over there. Sorry, I got off track. All that to say is the Svengali principle is not hard, right? Set up and reset. You're gonna put the deck in order, and you're good to go. Positives, it's a fun trick. It is. It's a fun trick. And I would rather do this trick than a Svengali deck trick. I would rather do this. I think it's a more fun, more relatable trick. And it looks disarming because it doesn't look like cards, you know? The other thing I like about this is in a typical Svengali deck, you're gonna show all the force cards, right? The entire deck goes 8 of clubs, turns into 8 of clubs. Your spectator at that point is just gonna think, somehow you switched it out, or somehow you've had this deck the whole time, and every single card has the same thing printed on it. But in Cafe Hero, you turn the cards over, and now you do the same exact trick with the opposite side. Like, I have never seen somebody do a Svengali deck, right, with playing cards trick, where then you turn the deck over and you do a trick with the backs. Right? Like, the principle's already there. There's some retail space you could use. Like, what a really cool idea. Like, couldn't you then make us, I don't know, what could you make? Could you make a color changing Svengali deck? Maybe. Like, it's just an interesting thing to come up with. I like that idea because whereas they might have thought, oh, well, the other sides maybe all have the same thing printed on them. But now you're saying, wait, but do the tops have all the same thing? I mean, it just kind of, once they think they figured it out, the second phase kind of breaks that thought and leaves them with a different feeling than it did with the first phase. And I think a lot of times spectators, they have trouble backpedaling through the whole routine, and whatever feeling they walk away with, that's the feeling that they're going to have. And in this one, you're actually letting them walk away with not the Svengali trick, but the mentalism trick. So that's the one they're going to remember the strongest, right? So that's why I think this is such a fun little trick. Negatives, I mean, it's a one-hit wonder. It's not going to do anything else, right? I mean, this is the trick it does. So, but, you know, we buy lots of these types of tricks. And the fact that it's a little EDC and it's a card trick but not a card trick, I think it's a lot of fun. But don't take my word for it. Don't take my word for it. Go watch a magic reviewer that actually performs his tricks. Craig Petty. Craig Petty performs his tricks, and so also gives you his working opinion as a real magician in the real world. And while you're there, make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you push all the buttons while you're over there visiting Craig. And yeah, that's everything I can say about Cafe Hero. Iain Bailey, big, huge thanks to D. Christopher and everyone down at the 1914 for allowing me to have this so I could do the review for you. And you're here, I'm here right now, and you could always do me a favor, hit like, subscribe, and follow to this channel. That helps me out a lot. Even if you're not the kind of person that usually subscribes to channels, I get it, right? I don't do it all the time either, but it really does encourage me to keep going and to make videos day after day for you, for free, hopefully to help you make those purchasing decisions. And big, huge thanks to the1914.com. Like I said, it's only $13. Only 13 bucks right now. I don't know if it's a sale or if this is the new permanent price, but definitely head on down there before D changes his mind and raises the price back up again, right? So thanks, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye. Hey, can I have just a few more minutes of your time, please? I've got something important that I really want to talk to you about. Normally at the end of these videos, I use this space to promote myself, right? I tell you to subscribe to my channel, or I tell you to become a member of my channel, or I try to sell you a t-shirt, or I ask you to join the member section. And lately, I've just been feeling it on my heart that I want to use this space to promote another magician and to ask you to support his channel. So Daniel Madison, I'm sure you know, he is just an incredible magician, an amazing card mechanic. He's been producing magic, teaching us all magic, putting out high quality cards and merchandise for a really long time. He has an incredible YouTube channel. It's absolutely incredible. I don't know if you've visited lately. He does really fun little shorts, beautiful editing, great shots, amazing music. His most recent video was a magic tutorial. He teaches you the snap change. He spends 30 minutes. It is a 30-minute masterclass on the snap change, and it's free. Out of all the magic channels that are out there, whether they're reviewers or performers or teachers, Daniel Madison deserves to be in everyone's top 3. He deserves to be in everyone's top 3. He is my number one, hands down. Okay, and I would love for him to get the recognition that I think he deserves, not just from us as a community, but also from YouTube for the great videos he puts out. If you've not yet subscribed to Daniel Madison, if you have not yet pushed that subscribe button, you're not the kind of person that subscribes to a lot of channels, I get it. But if you appreciate Daniel Madison and you appreciate the art, or at least you can appreciate his effort and his drive and his game, I would highly ask you to go over to his channel really quick, hit that subscribe button. Let's bump Daniel Madison up to 100K. I want to see him hit 100K. I want to see him make the video where he gets his plaque. I think he's so deserving of it. And like I said, Daniel Madison, his channel, my top 10, easily in my top 10, because he's my number one. He's my number one. Thank you guys so much for listening. I'll see you next time. Bye.